Welcome back. Now, the Mgijima municipality in the Eastern Cape is in trouble. Residents are calling for it to be dissolved as they often go months without water, have to patch their own potholes and keep the streets clean. They've threatened to shut down the town of Komani again if their concerns are not addressed. And yesterday, Cooperative Governance Minister Ronald Zuma promised to take their grievances to Cabinet. Now, eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda is following the story for us, and he joins us now live. Ronald, earlier on you were speaking to the mayor. He made some promises. Just remind us again what those promises were.
Well, not for the first time have we heard from someone from Mgijima making those promises. In fact, even as of yesterday, when we heard from the acting municipal manager also making similar promises, also going on to further say, Maseko, that they've been doing their best under very limited resources and budgets. They mentioned that they only have about 4 trucks that continue to get or remove refuse from these areas. But where we are in Fletcher Street, and just a typical example of the bad state of some of the roads here in Komani. We've been told that this is by far not the worst road in Komani, actually, and there are plenty more. When we drove around the locations of Komani, we also spoke to some young men who are patching these potholes, and they are actually doing it to get a bit of an income out of the current situation. It is really a dire situation. But for more, let's speak to a local businessman, Mr. Ken Clark. Mr. Clark, thank you so much for your time. I mean, we heard from the municipality. They say that they are doing their best, but you disagree.
So, the bottom line, guys, is that to do anything to fix the infrastructure that is in a serious state of disrepair, you need money. When you're only collecting 45 to 50% of your electricity that you are being billed by Eskom, and you're paying more than double on wages, then where's the money going to come from? So doing your best is a very relative term. You need money, you need to have a budget to do it, and that budget needs to be part of your revenue stream. And that's what's missing here, is people just don't understand the first things about business. They're dispensing patronage, and at the end of the day, there's no money for the ratepayers and the citizens that are living here. So, yeah. And, we've got electrical issues. I spoke to a lady here standing behind me here. She says she's had 17 days in the last month that she did not have electricity. Now, that's not load shedding. That's not having electricity as a result of municipal infrastructure, which is so badly decayed that the cables just blow.
Let me come into the electricity issue, because the municipality yesterday, when I spoke to the municipal manager, he made reference to some of the issues that some of the ailing infrastructure is not necessarily their own fault, but there are people who tamper with these electric cables, which results in these outages to continue for days on end. Have you heard of anything like that? Is there any truth to these allegations?
Let me put it to you this way. In 2021, there's a major outage in a part of town. We got 1,000 petitions from businesses and residents. And as a result of that, we established the Komani Crisis Committee that culminated in a meeting, a Zoom meeting, because it was COVID then, with the Premier and the MEC for Finance. And our plea was, guys, you've got 11 million rand available. We need another 35 million to upgrade Ebden Seat substation. That was included in that sum would have been replacing cables, approximately 5 kilometers of cables. If that job had been done, we wouldn't be facing the issues that we're facing today. But unfortunately, our pleas fall on deaf ears, and half jobs are being done at exorbitant rates, and Fletcher Street is one of these examples. It's a 640-meter road. They want to spend 9.2 million rand to fix it. I've got quotes that say 2.3 million, we'll fix this road. Now, this is a minor road. You look at Frost Street, Haig Avenue, Berry Street, and many others. They are in dire need of repair. They are arterial routes. Nothing has been, not even the potholes are being fixed. Now you tell me if you are serious about doing the right thing when you can't even prioritize properly. And this is what is frustrating all these people around here, is that this minor road is now receiving such a lot of attention, 9.2 million rands worth when it only should be 2.2. Where's the 7 million going? And why can't we spend that on our electrical infrastructure, which we sorely need?
Ken, another argument from the municipality is that they are relatively new as an administration, having stepped in late last year, which is the mayor and some of his staff. But they also say that they've inherited a lot of the problems that are plaguing this town. Do you feel that, though, that is an excuse?
I think it's an absolute excuse. How does a municipality, how should it work? First of all, you should have a qualified municipal manager, a fully qualified person in technical services and other positions. What they should do is go around prioritizing the work that needs to be done and allocating the available funds according to that priority list. Now, you've had Figila Guadana, which we stopped earlier in the year, for 115 million for 6.7 kilometers. That was a 60 million plus overspend. Here's another 7 million overspend. I could have had another 67 million to spend on other issues. But no, we don't have that money because we want to squander it on two projects. It makes no sense whatsoever. The problem here is that the municipality is being used as a patronage vehicle for the ANC, and you tell me where else that 7 million is going. We are going to find out, that's for sure.
Ken, very last question. We've seen shutdowns. We've come from a shutdown now in Whittlesea. As a member of ratepayers, is this the way to go? We've seen businesses also suffer during this time.
Look, we are a civilized society. We can't infringe on the rights of other people. If you want to do a shutdown, by all means go ahead. But please don't pull people out of a shop against their will to force them to come and join you. That is not the way we're supposed to behave. And we will not be part of that. And we agree with the end objective. But we believe we're going to need to get to that objective in a different way. And we have a plan, and we will execute on that plan.
All right, Ken, thank you so much for your time. That was Ken Clark. He is a local businessman here in Komani and also a member of the Ratepayers Association.